Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing it's kind of a combination of what's in my college bag and I think just a few college related bits and pieces, because as I'm unemployed at the moment and I've been unemployed since May, that's probably a whole story for another video. But anyway, yes, been unemployed since May and I decided to take the plunge and go back to college part-time this week, because it was like, why not? It's something that I can say that I'm doing and hopefully get the job centre off my back a little bit. And this year I'm going back to study GCSE biology part-time. It's more of I chose that just because I could, as something to do and to get me out of the house. This is the bag I'm going to be taking with me. So have a sparkly day, little dog on it. And I think it's a fancy bag as well. Yeah, it's from Radley as well, so it's like kind of like a nice brand. I've got, obviously got my pencil case there. Nothing much in it at the moment. It's literally just, I think, a handful of bits and pieces. Like I've got some pens, some pencils, ruler, highlighter, just some basics to start me off. I've got, I can get it out. I also got myself a copy of the GCSE biology. It's the complete revision and practice book. So this one has not only all the those sort of revision type note stuff in it, it also has the little kind of like little what they call warm up and exam questions. So you've got a lot of the various bits of revision stuff to obviously read through and what have you. And then at the back, when I can find it, basically right at the back they have like copies of like sort of like past papers that you can basically use to basically, as the name says, they're practice exam papers. So as you get towards the end of the course and you're gearing up for your exams, you can play about with them and practice. But things like this, like the warm-up questions, what I'll probably do is I'll probably photocopy those and just doodle about on them. Like I'll answer the questions and then if need be make notes on the back to help myself with revision. So yeah, this is a chunky old one. Okay, this is the, I think, 2016 edition, so it is nearly 10 years old, but I was thinking, as something just to use at for revision and just practicing and what have you, this will do. Because I think I only paid I was going to say £1.50, but I think it was about £1.20 something in the end, because I got this in the charity shop like my mum volunteers in, so she got a bit of money off for me. And then the next bit is literally just my folder. This is a folder that I scrounged from my ex-job, because it was just going to be chucked out because we didn't really sell them or anything, because people just never buy them. So my now ex-manager let me have it for free. I thought that'll do. And then I've just got me inside just A4 notepad. So yeah, this was just like an A4 notebook I had sat around, so I thought might as well just use it up. So that is basically going to be my bag for Thursdays whenever I go up for my lessons. I'm actually really excited about going back, because this particular college that I'm going back to, South Downs College, I have not studied there for absolutely blooming years. I want to say it's I haven't been there for something stupid like about 20 odd years or something like that. Oh, sorry, my bag's trying to escape. Behave. Yeah, I think it's getting on for something like 20 years since I last went, because I think the last time I went, was when I did the 2 years part-time doing the English A-level, which I think I did from 2007 to 2009, I want to say, without looking at my CV or paperwork. Yeah, I think it was roughly around, that was basically the 2 years I did it across part-time. So yeah, it's getting on for like, yeah, it's going to be off the top of my head about 17, 18 years, something stupid like that, since I last went, you know. So yeah, it's been a long time. So I bet the sort of college has massively changed since then. So that's going to be fun. So just, and I've got some other bits I want to show off. Because due to the whole thing of being unemployed, I have a feeling that just due to reasons, just life, age, stuff like that, I've got a feeling I'm going to be unemployed for a while. So due to that, I was thinking next year, yeah, depending on how well it all goes this year with the GCSE biology, but I was thinking next year I might go back and do the GCSE, what they call the GCSE combined science, which is basically the chemistry and physics in one. So what I did is, I think back last week, I got lucky and I found these in a charity shop for 75p each. These are, I think they were the 2021 editions. Now they're literally just the revision guide. They don't have the exam papers in them. But I thought, you know, if I do go back to college next September and do the other GCSE science, these would be perfect for me, because again, they were only cheap. Like I said, 75p, and it's all the same thing, where it's all like the various, you know, little revision notes, and I think there are pages where they ask you little questions and whatnot just to sort of test yourself. Yeah, I think there's like one there where I think it's like, divide this by that and what have you, so you can test yourself. And the same with this one, I think it's the revision guide only for the physics, what have you. And I think again it probably has the little things where it's like little, yeah, on here, yeah, they got the like a full page of revision, what have you. So yeah, it does have like sort of little things that you can test yourself on. Yeah, they have them in here as well, like the little revision questions. So even though these versions don't have like the proper practice papers and what have you, like the other one, again, it was like, for what I'm going to be doing, these will be helpful for just general revision purposes, even if they're not perfect. And those books plus the biology one I'll be using in conjunction with like other websites, you know, like you got BBC Bite Size and what have you, to sort of like, and I'll be using all of that for revision. I also, because my local Poundland is one of the ones that's going to be closing, but due to the lease, not the company shutting them down because of all the buyout and administration, I got myself a couple more A4 refill pads. This was more of a, because I don't know how much writing I'll be doing this year with the biology, I thought I'll get myself a couple more A4 writing pads, so at least then I've got some spare specifically just for doing like my college stuff, so that, you know, at least I'll have something for next year, because what I could do is have, like, if need be, like one for chemistry, one for physics, if they kind of like do separate what's names, or have it all written in one book. Depends on how they teach the course, you know. And then I've got some, this is like a presentation type of folder. Now, I was thinking from the point of view of like, depending on how they want me to sort of like, you know, if I'm given any coursework and depending on how they want me to hand it in, I picked this up in case they want me to do like a little portfolio at the end of the course, just to show sort of like certain pieces of work. So it's obviously like got the little plastic wallets like physically like attached down the middle there. So yeah, so it's like a little what I call like a presentation folder. So yeah, again, that was picked up in the same charity shop that the other two revision books were in. I think it was like 50p. And I thought, again, it will be handy, you know, just in case I do need it for this course or next year, or for like another course if I end up taking it. Like, so got those. I've also got these little presentation wallets as well. Now these, yes, I did buy them from Amazon, but I only got them because back in July I was doing like a little mini course, and basically my bits of for each unit of the course I did, I had to put it into like a little one of these little presentation folders. So it's one of those that's got the little, what's the name, where you obviously punch the holes in the paper and then put it in there and put the little metal pegs down. So yeah, and it was annoying because the only place I could find these was on Amazon, and like it was on Amazon, and I think the smallest pack I'd get was like a 10 pack, and I think I only needed like about 4 or 5, but it was like, oh, I don't really want to have to use Amazon, but you know. So yeah, so I used so many of them for the course that I was doing, but I decided, again, depending on how this year's GCSE and next year, how they want me to like hand in my work, I thought I'll keep hold of these because then they'll be handy to like put the homework and stuff in, depending on how they want it. And also because of these, I got myself a new hole puncher as well, again from my Poundland. Oh, get back up there, behave yourself. And another thing I bought was it was a 3-pack of document wallets. Again, repeating myself, pick them up just in case they come in handy for, you know, handing in like the coursework, or if I just generally want to sort of store certain like documents or bits of notes, paper, whatever, in those, and I've got the choice. And then the last thing I've got that I've put aside for college, these are, believe it or not, box files. Now these were given to me by a lady that I, you know, help out every now and again. And it was a case of, I think she ordered these and then they weren't what she wanted, so she gave them to me. So I think I had 3 originally, but one of them I used to basically box up all the work that I had in these wallets for the course I did in June, because it was like I had to have build a portfolio for the like the sort of like the verifier when they were sort of going through checking all the work to, you know, mark it and that. So it has to be like a proper portfolio, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to store my like 5 or 6 of these all together? And then it was like, oh yeah, I have these little box files. So that's what I did. I set it all up, took the little paper what's name out and just put my name and the name of the course, and just basically shoved it all in there. My teacher loved it. He was like, oh my God, this is so fancy. You know, so I thought, because that was such a good idea, I thought if I end up in that situation again with either this GCSE course or next year or another course, I thought, you know, if need be, if I do need to do some, you know, sort of portfolio building stuff, I can, you know, if I have to put some coursework in these, I can then compile them all in there with my name and, you know, course details, and then just hand it all in. So yeah, I've got a pink one and I've got a purple one still left. So yeah, it's all just handy little bits and pieces. So I was trying to think, you know, try and think of all the various scenarios that might happen and try and be prepared for it. I mean, it might be that our teacher just says, like, put them in one of the placky wallets that you put in folders and just hand it in that way. They might not care. But I know with, I think, Portsmouth College, I'm under the impression from what my teacher was saying from that previous course that they're a little bit particular. They like it all to be portfolioed and put together in a certain way, rather than those cheapy plastic wallets. It's a bit like, oh, we don't like those. Can you try and do it a bit nicer, please? So I thought, that's why I'll keep all those various folders and have this and that. So I thought I can then play around with, you know, if they literally just want it in the basic A4 plastic wallet, then I can do that because I've got a shed load in my folder. And if they want something a bit fancier, then I've got all the other various ways to do it. So I hope you enjoyed that little going through me bits and bobs and stuff like that. And if you want me to, I might do more college related stuff, like, you know, talking about maybe sort of like my general experiences of going back to college as like someone who's in their 40s. If I'm able to, I might do maybe like a little tour of the college or something similar to that. It obviously depends what the college allows these days, because it's like, as I said, it's been about getting on for sort of like the best part of 20 years since I last went, so it obviously depends on if they've got stricter or not. You know, I mean, they might still be quite chill, and they might sort of be like, we don't mind as long as you don't film people, or, you know, don't film anything sensitive, you know, like certain paperwork, things like that. But at the same time, they might be like, no, you're not allowed to do that, full stop, sort of thing. So it'd be more of a, I'd have to kind of like check to see what would be okay and what might not be okay and stuff like that. So it's like, it'll be if I can get away with it, I'll do like a little tour. And yeah, I might just do general chatting about sort of like my experiences of going back, you know, sort of like maybe do some study with me type videos where like I might sit and just do my coursework or homework and just generally film and chat, things like that. So, but that's more of a, I'll see how it goes, see how I feel. I would say I'll see what people say, but it's more of a, I'll probably just make the content anyway, you know, regardless of whether you want it or not, I'll probably just film it anyway. So yeah, as it were. But anyway, I am going to wind things up here, and I will see you all hopefully in the next video. I'll see you then.